Hello and welcome to AFcast. I am your host Malcolm, and I am going to start us right off with the news. So first, for games, on October 30th, we have Call of Cthulhu, the official video game, which is coming for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. For November 1st, we have The Quiet Man coming for PS4 and PC, and then for November 2nd, we have Diablo 3 Eternal Collection coming for Switch. Other news in video games is that a new Star Wars game is in development, and if you don't know this, Jade Raymond, which was somebody who worked for EA, has actually left EA to work on this new game. So we're hoping for it to be good. And Xbox One Game Pass has added a bunch of horror games for Halloween. So if you want to check out Halloween games, or if you want to have people over to play some games, then that might be the perfect thing for you to do. Blackmarket items have been revealed for Black Ops 4, and this includes Halloween-specific items, and the Blackmarket will only be there for a limited time. BO4 has actually updated itself as well, and has actually fixed several crashing bugs that were in the game. So if you were having any troubles with that, this new update should have fixed that. And if it hasn't, then just contact Treyarch, Activision, anybody who's made Black Ops 4. There's also Fortnite's Battle Bus now moves faster. So if you haven't played Fortnite in a while, the Battle Bus now, moves faster. Fallout 76 beta will be starting soon if it has not already started. And then you can also, I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again for any of you who didn't hear it or just didn't listen to the podcast. You can actually check GameSpot, which is a website for some of the best in-game events that are happening for Halloween. And this scales a huge amount of video games that you can look at. So you might have a game that has a Halloween event going on, and you might want to try and play it. Red Dead Redemption 2's map has also been revealed. And then there's also some free codes on GameSpot for Black Ops 4 and Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood on GameSpot. Pokemon Go added features that will make it easier to hatch eggs. And Battlefield 5 will be having a free post-launch DLC for you guys to play for anyone who is interested in Battlefield 5. So that was the weekly news. And this week I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm not going to be talking about a game. I am actually going to be talking about my podcast. And the reason for that is that I don't want to give a bunch of mini updates throughout a bunch of weekly news and stuff. I kind of want to just explain what I'm going to be doing the next couple of months for the rest of this year, and also anything else that will be going on in the podcast. So to start off with, I'm going to be starting a few social media things. So I'm going to be starting a website for AFcast, also possibly an Instagram, a Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. I don't know which ones I will be starting. I will say next week or the following week, whichever I end up creating, I will say in that next podcast. I might even create all of them, I don't know. But at the same time, I don't want all of these social media things. I want to keep it pretty small. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. But on these, I'll definitely be doing a website though. That's for sure. I'll definitely be doing a website. And on that website, Instagram, Twitter, whatever I'm going to be doing, I will be also posting schedules or different things that will be happening. And for any of you who like the gaming discussions that I do each month, and so far it's only been one, so might not have much opinion on it yet, but I will be releasing about a week before that episode comes out for gaming discussion, or something like that. I know I haven't really gone into the specifics yet with it, but I definitely will be releasing what our prompt is for that month for the gaming discussion. And I'll actually might as well do it now since we're about a week away from the gaming discussion for next month, which is November. We will actually be talking about some different multiplayers and stuff in video games, what we think games could improve on, what games should kind of dial down, stuff like that. We'll also be talking a little bit about casual versus competitive gaming in the multiplayer community, stuff like that. So if you want to listen to that, just cue in on November 1st, and we will be releasing a podcast about that. Anyway, some stuff that I will be posting for on the schedule is, so basically I have a schedule for the next 2 months, and so it will go something like So for November, on the 2nd, will be Red Dead Redemption 2. On the 9th is Overkill's The Walking Dead. And I'm pretty sure that these dates are Fridays, and that is because I record on Fridays, but then I edit and release it on Saturdays. So yeah, so these are all. So I might change it to Saturdays on the website or whatever social media I'm using, so you guys can understand it a little bit better. But then for the 16th, I'll be doing Hitman 2, and then I'll be doing Fallout 76, and then Battlefield 5. For December, I will be doing Death Stranding, like what we know about it, kind of like I did with The Division 2. Just Cause 4, The Walking Dead, the final season. And I'm doing that in December because that's when all 4 episodes will have been out. So that basically allows me to go over all 4 episodes, which is the total amount that they will be doing. And then after that, I'll be doing Halo Infinite, what we know. But I won't be doing that if the fourth operation of Siege for the year 3 hasn't come out yet. So if it has come out, then I will be replacing that with Halo Infinite. But besides that, I will probably be doing Halo Infinite, what we know. Other ideas for episodes. So basically, I have a big list of video games that will be coming out and video games I might be able to do reviews on. And so some games that are coming out for like the first half of next year is like Resident Evil, which is coming out in January. There's Metro Exodus, which is coming out in February. Same thing with Anthem and Days Gone. And then The Division 2 will be coming out in March. And Cyberpunk will be coming out in June. And of course, there are a bunch of other games that are in between those. But you can look up a list for 2019 of games that have been announced. And a lot of them look interesting, so I'll be glad to definitely be doing some reviews of all these games, along with some of these gaming discussion prompts for the next several months or so. And of course, I will be coming up with more because I'm not gonna just stop after I've run out of these. But a few of them is that gaming styles. So this is like action adventure video games, story games, racing games, horror games, strategy games, survival games, everything like that. We'll be going through and talking about each individual genre, or at least to go through a lot of them and talk about what games that we have and that we like from each of those. We will also be talking about some e-league stuff, competitive versus casual gaming, which we'll actually be touching a little bit on for November with multiplayer. Maybe something about console generations, achievements, psychology behind gaming, like what happens when you play a game, that type of thing. Gambling in video games, a completionist perspective versus a non-completionist perspective. And then also just kind of taking two different games or a game that one person has a very different opinion on than somebody else, and we'll kind of just debate it, and we might do several of those, I don't know. And then kind of like what we've already done for October is we did our top 5 action adventure games. We might do a top 5 story games or a top 5 survival games, that type of thing. And go through and do kind of the same thing that we did for this month. And hopefully it'll be as interesting as well. Yeah. So I will also be hopefully emailing some game developers. And I'm not big and popular yet, trust me. I know that. But I will hopefully be able to influence them into getting some games earlier for a short period of time, so that way I can play them and then do a review about them. And hopefully I can post the review about the game before the actual release date, so that way you guys can decide whether you want to get it on release date or not, or if you want to wait and see what other options might come up. And so I think that would be really great to do. But obviously I can't do that without actually having the game, so I will definitely be emailing them to see what I might be able to get out of it. And if I don't, then I didn't lose anything, so it's not bad. And then I will also be creating an email that is specifically for AFcast. And I'll actually put that in the description, and I'll put it in the description every episode, and you guys can email me any ideas that you have for new games coming out or for discussions or even just like episodes kind of like this where it isn't exactly about a video game in particular, but something else. Yeah. And I have also started a like small digital media club slash organization, whatever you want to call it. And we will be creating a website for it. And this will allow you guys to also post anything that you guys might have created within like the video game community with like videos, Twitch, podcasts like mine, anything like that. It doesn't even have to be about video games. It could be about like food or makeup or I don't know. It depends on what you're into. And we'll also have people that are actually in our organization also be posting this stuff, and we'll have links to everybody's podcasts and YouTube channels and everything like that. And I think it'll be really cool, and it would be really awesome for you guys to check that out and check out other people's work. So, yeah, and I'll be making an announcement when that website does release, and I'll probably try to get other people in this organization to promote this website. So that's all I've got for the podcast for what I'm doing and stuff, and I hope that clarifies a lot. Obviously, I'm still like somewhat new to this, so I am still getting used to this. Hopefully, I will be getting a theme song for the podcast. So at the beginning and maybe the end, you'll hear, I don't know, some kind of music before you hear my annoying voice. So, so hopefully that'll be soon, and I'll figure out how to do that. And once again, I am still getting better at this, so bear with me here. And along with emailing me any ideas about video games and such, you can even email me ideas about the way that I, talk about my information or how I can organize my stuff better, anything like that. It'll really be a huge help for me, especially since, I've just started this and I haven't done anything like this before. So I'm going to get into the term of the week, and I know it hasn't been a gaming one, so it's kind of like not, relevant at all. But anyway, it is Quickscope, and it kind of derives from Hardscope for any of you who listened last week. Except for Quickscope is essentially, well, it's quite literally what it sounds like. You scope into your whatever weapon you're doing really fast and shoot as soon as you've scoped in. So basically, whenever you get a quick scope kill, it's usually with a sniper rifle. So you usually hold some kind of button down. It's usually left trigger, or L2, depends on what you're playing, or if you're playing PC, then it's whatever button you've keybinded it to. But it'll essentially aim into your scope, and as soon as you're aimed in, you take a shot. And if you get the kill, then you get a quick scope. And yeah. So, and by the way, the next couple of weeks, there will be a lot of things like this. I'm just going to be doing a whole thing. So there's also like black scope, drag scope, other types of things like that for you guys to impress other people with when it comes to your video game vocabulary. Yeah. So that's all I've got time for today. So game on.